It's the of crypto again. So what the just happened? Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF we'll call him, is a darling of the crypto community and founder of one of the world's largest exchanges, FTX, which has now collapsed, leading to billions of dollars of losses for institutional and retail investors alike. Sam also founded a crypto trading firm, Alameda Research, and immediately installed his girlfriend as the CEO. So there's a lot we could say about the culture of Alameda Research, but for now, we just want to talk about how everyone else got f***ed. Not too long ago, Alameda Research, the crypto trading firm that his girlfriend runs, their balance sheet was leaked. And it was discovered that of the $14 billion that they had in assets, the majority of that was FTT tokens, which are basically the same thing. If you ever go to chuckecheese, you know how they give you those little gold coins? They're worth about as much. So this leaked document caused one of FTX's biggest competitors, Binance, to start unloading all of their FTT tokens, which caused a bank run and a price collapse. Basically, Alameda Research had taken on a ton of leverage with the FTT tokens as collateral, and with the massive price decline in those tokens, they could no longer meet their margin requirements, and the whole company exploded. Of course, at the end of the day, it's the retailers left with the Chuck E. Cheese tokens. As the price of FTT collapsed and the margin requirements increased, SBF began shopping his company around to competitors and trying to raise emergency capital or find a buyer, which they almost did in Binance, the same company that began dumping their FTT tokens. But what nobody knew until Binance entered the picture was that FTX had been quietly funneling customer funds from FTX to Alameda. We don't really know why that happened, but it could be from increased margin requirements due to the collapse of Luna early this year and the general hawkish environment created by the Fed that has created this massive price decline in risky assets. How and why those customer funds were moved from FTX to Alameda will likely determine the legal sentencing of SBF. But either way, with this massive decline in the price of FTT, Alameda and FTX could no longer meet their margin requirements, and the customer funds that nobody even knew were at risk were suddenly gone. Billions, vaporized. That is what we call in the industry a trust buster. SBF seems to be deaf-toned to that busted trust as he still tweets meth-inspired rants on Twitter. Meanwhile, everyone just wants their money back. That's not going to happen. So everyone is fucked and your money is gone. What happens next? Of course, we can look to the past for guidance. Crypto OGs will remember the Mt. Gox hacks in 2014, where 800,000 Bitcoin were stolen. This resulted in huge losses for customers. But there is a major difference this time. In 2014, nobody knew or cared about Bitcoin. It was nerd money. Now crypto has gone mainstream. Tom Brady, Steph Curry, and basically every fintech influencer out there promoted FTX. Probably because FTX was backed by the smart money, BlackRock, Sequoia, who else? SoftBank. So this time it wasn't just the plebs who lost money, but the institutional investors, the venture capitalists. Someone's going to jail. So I think this is going to have a massive chilling effect on the entire ecosystem, possibly driving us into a new years-long crypto winter. In the short term, there is a real risk of contagion. We've already seen early warning signs from other exchanges halting withdrawals, and as you can see from this chart, the risk for contagion is quite high. If other crypto projects and exchanges do begin to fail, of course that will create even more downward price pressure and exacerbate these losses as leverage continues to come out of the system and people lose faith and burn out. But the long term for crypto has never looked better. As my old friend and mentor Friedrich Nietzsche always says,
whatever doesn't kill you simply makes you stranger.
And that's never more true than it is with crypto. As with all of these previous failures, hacks, and losses, we will recover, having learned and earned some painful lessons. But that might take years because, again, it wasn't the plebs that got burned on this one. It was the institutions. And those guys aren't going to jump back in until there's absolute clarity, probably through regulation. There has been talk of some self-regulatory measures from exchanges, possibly a proof of reserves mechanism that would give customers some peace of mind that this kind of fiasco won't happen again. But again, it just highlights this is the wild, wild west. This also raises age-old questions in crypto about what is centralization versus decentralization. Where should you custody your crypto? Should you do self-custodial wallets, or should you trust an exchange? In this case, all of the proponents of self-custody wallets were proven right. Okay, price speculation, the fun part. Not so fun if you ask me, because I think the price is going well below 10K. I have thought there was a crypto winter coming for about a year and a half now, and I think it's going to be a deep winter. It really depends on how much damage FTX really caused. We need to find out how much was truly lost and what other companies are going to go under as a result of this. As it looks today, this will be the worst disaster in crypto history, far outpacing the impact of Mt. Gox, just because crypto had gone mainstream and then popped. So if you ever wanted to buy Bitcoin below 5K, you may have your chance mid to late next year. Nobody knows what is going to happen with Bitcoin. I've been watching the price for 10 years and I've been surprised it to the upside and to the downside, and there really is no telling, but I believe that from this fiasco, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt has just begun to spread. So I have a lot more thoughts on all this, especially on who is to blame and what are the lessons. Should we be using self-custodial wallets? Should we not trust these exchanges? Is this proof of reserve mechanism going to work for us? How are you guys feeling about crypto these days? Did you lose money in FTX? What do you think a Bitcoin is going to go for a year from now? Share your take. See you next time.